What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 6 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Sea Lord Aislinn Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, we have gotten the Slaaneshi, the Seducers of Slaanesh, that's the one, pretty much off of Ulthuan and restored the Elven hegemony over their island. The two settlements remaining have no army, and I'm willing to bet Nikari won't be able to come back and build 50 million Chosen again, like it did the first 5 times. Anyway, in terms of what we gotta do this time, well, we got new places to be as soon as we've finished off the Slaaneshi and completed that quest. I do imagine that it'll give us a new one, or at least I hope so. And ooh, excited for the dragon ship supplies and dedication, which we could certainly use. Actually, speaking of, we do have enough dedication to pop off another one of these things, and I think we're going to go with this one. Specifically, I want the additional dragon ship crew growth, because now that we have more than one dragon ship, it is really quite valuable. Then, we do still have a quest battle to do with Aislinn, and I think this is probably a good time to do it. So, let us level up our Mist Mage and our heroes, and then let's head on in. The water is fine. Excellent efficiency in Student of the White Tower to reduce cost and cooldown of our spells. We use, let's level up the spells that we use the most, which is Mathlann, Spite, and Ladriel's Shroud. I haven't really been using Walk Between the Worlds, but that's mostly because even Overcast, it doesn't do an area, but I suppose in emergency, with 55 physical resistance, it could come in handy. We should also get the Writhing Mist, really, but the other one has it, so, you know, not as big of a deal. You have also leveled up 9 times, and I have not decided which of these to do, mostly because you're supposed to go into a sword-centric army, or more sword-centric army, and until we have that, you can stay here, but then you will leave, at which point we might give you Deflective Pattern for that ballistics plating for the Swords Masters, though I do like the rest of the stuff as well quite a bit, admittedly. But anyway, we should max out Visen's Wild Form, that's obvious, and, I mean, I don't like Melkoth's nearly as much in vanilla as I do in SFO, that I do admit. Let's also get Training, just because. I mean, we might as well max out Harmonic Convergence, get a couple points in Melkoth's, and do we just want to max out the lore? Let's get Sword Player. And then we'll still max out the lore, not to worry. Noble. You I have not decided what to do with yet, because it again depends on what kind of, or what our final army form is going to look like, so we'll just keep on making you nice and fighty. I really do like Hold the Line, though. Melee defense +5 isn't a lot, but it is significant enough to be worth our time. But the ward save for Accompanying Lord does tempt me. I wonder if we have another source of Guardian, in which case we wouldn't need that one. Anyway, let's get your Wound Maker so that you can hit hard on your Eagle and Blade Master as well. Valor of Ages isn't great, admittedly, but it is not awful. But let's get Armor, because, again, relatively low armored when Eagle riding. Mist Mage. What do we have? Oh, I didn't get you the Writhing Mist. I will now. And Mentor as well, of course. We will want to max out the Flensing Har because we use it a lot. Grab Excellent Efficiency and the Laeth's Blessing. And then Ward of Wards of both Loic and Hoeth. There we go. That looks good to me. So let us go for Honor Among Reavers. And get the Mask of the MERLORD. Unbreakable for Oceanids and Sea Elementals, and of course Regeneration is nice as well, plus the ability to summon a Mereworm, which is the thing that makes me doubt whether we want Select One Eye, since we can summon one on field. Though, I guess if it's a degrading summon, then maybe maybe we should keep it? I don't know, think about it. We'll use it for a while yet anyway. Anyway, let's give this a read and let's jump on in. Aislinn's enemies never survive for long. Except Lokhir, for he dispatches all threats quickly and efficiently, with one exception. Oh, I should have read ahead. With one exception, Lokhir Fellheart, a wily dark elf corsair and the closest thing the Sea Lord has to an arch nemesis. Fellheart's fleet has long harried smaller Asur naval forces and plundered trade convoys, yet always evading retribution. The audacity of the Druchii pirate has driven Aislinn to silent fury, the Sea Lord long ago making it his personal mission to slay this marine menace once and for all. Now, cornered by the High Elf fleet, Lokhir Fellheart made the desperate move of challenging Aislinn to an honorable pitched battle on dry land. Pride and arrogance dictates that Aislinn accept, but deep down he knows it must be deception of some sort. Alright, what do we have here? Reinforcements. Well, I would imagine looking at this army, there's gotta be reinforcements. I wonder what they are. Let's find out. After months of tense pursuit, the High Elf fleet has at last cornered Lokhir Felhart near the shifting isles off Ulthuan's eastern coast. The notorious Dark Elf Corsair has long been a thorn in the Asur's side, driving Sea Lord Aislinn to hunt him without rest.
Lokhir Felhart has chosen battle here on the shores of Ulthuan, on the very doorstep of our homeland. It shall be his last. Be wary of his underhanded ways. He is a blight upon the face of the earth that must be eradicated. For good. Asur, we shall make our stand here and show them our superiority. After today, all Druki pirates will fear our names. Guards of the Sea Patrol, it is your duty to vanquish the enemy!
Alrighty, here we go. Looks like Lokhir will be coming in as a reinforcement as the main army. Okay, the Star Dragon Breath misses the Charybdis despite the fact that it's heading in a straight line. Star Dragons are really apparently bad, or dragons in general, are really bad at actually hitting moving targets. You'd think for such an intelligent creature, but anyway. Our Mereworm moves in over on the left flank and is basically obliterated a unit of enemy Dark Riders, while our units of Lothern Sea Guard, buffed up to increased range, will hit the enemy and obliterate their range capabilities. The Charybdis moves in only to be met by a unit of summoned water elementals, which will pin it in place while we take care of the rest of the army. Aislinn has, by the looks of it, defeated the first enemy lord, but it is just an appetizer. Oh, I thought you were going to jump down and kill it. Alright, well, I guess we'll have to wait until he does. There you go. Barely even a touchdown there. I've been enjoying all the animations from the Mereworm as well, and it looks like we've got some assassins arriving on the field. 4 assassins moving from behind our army.
He shows his face. This ends today, coward.
Alrighty, there we go. We're taking care of the assassins by surrounding them and sending our water elementals plus the Oceanids and the ship's company at them, and Lokhir himself has arrived with a much better army in tow. A black dragon, rather tiny compared to the size of the Mereworm here, actually moves towards the Mereworm. I wonder if they have any interesting sync animations. Unfortunately, I think we gotta move the Mereworm back as the entire enemy army will otherwise attempt to focus them. I'm gonna get another Star Dragon Breath and it'll somewhat clip the Executioners and the other units. I guess we're better off just using it for when the enemy isn't actually moving, because you can't trust the dragon to take advantage of that. Anyway, Lokhir is surprisingly only level 2 here. I wonder whether we actually just meet him again in the final quest battle that we have. Seems like the thing. Anyway, the Black Dragon touches down and decides to go after the Lore Master, only to get pin-cushioned and decides to leave rather quickly. Aislinn on Dragon attempts to go after Lokhir, but Lokhir ignores him and heads directly for his army instead, getting similarly a little bit pin-cushioned at least, before being pushed into the army with the dragon. Yeah, I wish I had remembered to take Aislinn off the mount for this particular fight, or I would have, just to have the two dual blade to blade, as it were. Anyway, the balance of power has shifted to about 85% in our favor. The Black Dragon has returned, and Lokhir is booking it on out of there, but, you know, starting at level 2 should hardly be of any surprise. The Black Dragon is done, and while a few Blackguard and a few Executioners do remain... Oh man, you can't even hit the Black Dragon while it's moving away from you in a straight line? Come on. Oh, that Dragon Breath. I'm just too impatient to wait for the enemy to stop moving in order to use it. One strategy is to summon a unit like Oceanus to block the enemy. Anyway, with that, a Lokhir falls in a kind of hilarious manner, and the battle is ours, while the Merworm was still keeping a fair view of the enemy busy. Oh, that's a really cool shot, too. Once again, I wish you could hide the UI to get the final shot of the battle, because this would have been fantastic. Kind of hard to capture when the enemy is still, you know, moving around like this, but here we got that freeze frame. Oh well, nice little fight. Alright, there we go. Really solid work out of Silek One-Eye in that particular fight. Also some of our water Oceanids, the ones on the right flank in particular, with 13,000 damage, and the only unnamed one, funnily enough. But the others were needed to protect the main line. But yeah, 15,000 damage on Silek, and he tanked so much stuff. He was just running through Blackguard and Executioners, getting hit by Shades and Blackguard Corsairs with handbows, and just didn't care one bit, which is pretty fantastic. Certainly making me think about keeping him, but anyway. Aislinn did well as well, though those Star Dragon breaths were a little bit disappointing and, you know, actually finding their mark, but all good. We didn't really suffer all that much damage, so I think we're basically free to ransom those captives in this particular time. Anyway, Sea Dragon Marines did well for the Lothern Sea Guard, and okay, well, we didn't use the ship's company as much, and admittedly didn't need to use the Lothern Sea Cutter as much, so we good. Anyway, take the money. Like so. Immunity to storm and reef attrition. Ooh. Useless defeat trait. This is one I feel like Aislinn should have a special defeat trait for actually defeating Lokhir, but you know. Anyway, honor among thieves, sure, and the Mask of the MERLORD gives us wound recovery time -2. That does nothing. Physical resistance, the summon Merworm ability, regeneration, and unbreakable for Oceanids. Lovely. We are looking to grab Mistnar next turn. I guess, wait, if we go to the Mistnar crossing... Oh, we heal less. Does that matter, considering that we're, if not quite in full HP, and pretty darn good anyway? I think we're okay. Do we want to, or are we able to build anything? No. We're waiting for that ship's crew growth, unfortunately. And I guess we're just gonna have to keep on waiting. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough indeed. Oh, we also gotta make sure that these guys don't... Yeah, I just realized we don't want them to occupy these territories, because I wanted to give Ivres the Cathik territories. But we'll see. Anyway, Zubaran, our new mage, you can... I don't know, go out to sea like this. You're going to join one of the armies. I haven't completely decided which one yet, but we'll get there. We also got to deal with this nonsense, which we will do so shortly. We do have no buildings to be building, so I believe we're ready to end the turn, and... did it say outpost upgrade available? I don't think so. Oh, it must be an outpost with an ally, which doesn't matter because our allied outposts are all with other elves, and we don't really care about their units, especially since we can't get, like, Gathel Tamara Faithbearers and the other Mistwalkers from Tori Vres. Teclis, you want a military alliance. Do we want you to draw us into wars? I mean... The main thing that I'm worried about is him randomly attacking the lizards, but he seems to be friendly with them, so you know what, fine. We'll do the military alliance. And he actually took the territory back. Now, of course, he took it back without the outpost in it that was in it before, that we spent all that money upgrading and all. But I'm pretty sure, once again, it didn't actually get taken, it just got transferred by the annoying ability of the Tzeentchans. Okay, speaking of the Tzeentchans, how are they doing here? They're still fighting Ashiotla reasonably well. You know what, after we're done with Ulthuan, maybe wow, Northern Province is destroyed. Maybe a decent option to come down here.
Very well.
Attack. I'm gonna keep telling these guys to occupy the gate. I'm gonna hope that they do it themselves without us having to, you know, do it for them. Aislinn. In regular stance, you're able to go to Tor Corrali. Would these guys be able to reach Tor Corrali from where they are? I don't know. Maybe not? Alright, so we'll start with Mistnar then. And then we'll move to Tor Corrali afterwards. Mistnar, establish outposts for Ivres. establish.
Both ones shall use
And
this
then you're just shy of being able to reach Torquarale. Well, hopefully next round. And we'll need some hefty defenses here, and no doubt. This is a coastal territory. Admittedly, the dedication seems like it has a ton of value compared to the other stuff, but still, we do need more trade in order to get more dragon ship supplies, which we are also in great need of. Alright, like so. And you can go into expansion, and now we could go for the Silver and Guard building to start putting Silver and Guard in your army. Also, go into encamp. Oh, right, you're hit by that stupid mutagenic energies again. I'm getting real tired of that nonsense. But what can you do? You know what? Maybe we'll want eagles to get this army up and running. Oh, and there's also the sea elementals. There's a lot of good stuff. A lot of stuff tempts me. And then, of course, we have the sky cutters and eagle claws, which would also be nice. All tempting. Admittedly, if we go through the Eagle chain, we would be able to get Sisters of Avalorn for one of our armies and White Lions for the other army, so maybe that is the better pick here. Alright, fine. Let's go for the Eagle Perch. And we'll, bump up those dragon ship supplies as soon as we have more of them. Next, Mr. Salendor the Patient. You're stuck. Funnily enough, these things are so cheap to... You know what, do this. They're so cheap to recruit that it's better to just not waste the turns waiting for the mutagenic energies to run out and just to rebuild them afterwards. Or even waste turns waiting for them to heal up. Silly as that may sound. Anyway, you come down here. We'll figure out which army we want to put you in. And the Tech Thief, you, I guess, are going to go down there as well. You gotta steal from somebody, and I guess you're gonna go for the Zinchans rather than... Actually, don't know if there's anybody who's an enemy up here right now, so, Next up, Armandus, you have your work cut out for you as you've got a Skull Island. Let's get the Noble Melee defense, I guess. And I guess just to move on in. Do we have any items that we might want to give you? Wormslayer Sword, yeah, I pretty much never give this to anybody because minus 20 melee defense is a huge reduction. So unless you have somebody that reduces, that has an insane melee attack, kind of feels like it's not worth it. Seer Staff of Sapphire, well, we don't have, well, wait. You have the Gem of Sunfire. You know what? I think you're going to keep that for this. There's a decent likelihood that we need it. Here we go. Raid the Cove. Valiant defeat casualty sign. Of course, they have 2 rotting Leviathans, but what can you do? Leadership on one of the frontliners. Actually, you know what? Should be one of the flanking units. And we got to be really wary of those depth guard. Zombies, obviously, we don't care as much about. Go.
Asurian wills it.
Alright, here we go. We will have a much tougher time with this than we did with Aislinn facing off against Lokhir, I would wager. Depth Guard versus Lothern Sea Guard is a very bad matchup. And then, of course, there's 2 of those bloody rotting Leviathans that we are going to have to somehow deal with while dealing with the rest of the enemy army. Anyway, we're going to start the battle up by moving our Sea Helm out in order to, or our Prince out rather. This is not a sea helm, as you can tell by the helm. Anyway, moving the Prince out to go after the mortars. Maybe we can knock out one of the artillery pieces before the Depth Guard move in to reinforce, and we have to book it on out of there. Granted, these are the twin axes, so they wouldn't easily be able to penetrate his armor, but nonetheless, best not risk it. Anyway, obviously the critical targets that we will be targeting first will be the Depth Guard in vanilla in particular. They are extremely vulnerable to range fire, and while we also critically need to destroy the rotting Leviathan, it takes too many resources to bring one down as compared to the Depth Guard. Besides, once these guys close the distance, we will have a very difficult time actually getting any range attacks on them, so there's that. Anyway, 6 of our Lothern Sea Guard will begin focusing the Depth Guard down, starting with the halberds, mostly because they're closer. And a significant amount of pin cushioning should destroy them. We're also going to move our Lore Master of Koeth essentially perpendicular to the enemy, perpendicular to where the enemy is moving so that we can fire a Shem's Burning Gaze parallel to their move, like so. And it was a really nice use of that. We are going to have to back off once again. Wish the Wish the Lore Master was a teensy bit faster, but it's okay. The first of the Depth Guard will fall, the second one is in bad shape, and of course our Eagle Claws are helping out against them as well. And I'm willing to bet this one won't be reaching us either. Gonna get a Spirit Leech down on the third, and then switch as many Lothern Sea Guard to fire upon them as possible. That said, this does mean the enemy will begin firing back at us with their range units, as the hand cannons and the zombie-powered gunnery mobs have arrived. And not every unit of Sea Guard in this army is shielded. In fact, we have considerably more unshielded ones than shielded ones. So we're just going to have to deal with it. In the meantime as well, the two Rotting Leviathans have reached our right flank, where they are absolutely tearing through the poor Lothern Sea Guard there, especially now that there's a unit of Depth Guard in tow, and since the enemy is spamming Tide Call over that Sea Guard unit, which in fact forces them to rout. The Noble is going to do its best to hold ground while we attempt to cushion both the Depth Guard and the Rotting Leviathans, though the first one, by the looks of it, is very nearly done for. And down it goes. There we go. Like I said, lots of resources to bring it down. The second one, however, will push through the Lothern Sea Guard 2 units that are out and will move instead towards the Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers, while the enemy gets another very nice Tide Call to another unit. Alright, while this thing's still got 55% of its HP, the left flank has been defeated of the enemy army, of course, and we've also pretty much destroyed the enemy range units in the center. So, Depth Guard, Rotting Leviathan, and Lord remain. And though we have suffered severe damage on at least a couple of units of the Sea Guard, we're looking pretty okay, and this battle should be ours in short order. Alright, and the Prince is back to annoying that unit of mortars there, though at this point we're starting to help out with the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower as the mortars are hitting our Sea Guard, but to do so they had to move close enough to take hits from our artillery. And if they're not going to fire upon our artillery, we should, in theory, over time, be able to defeat them. Why in theory and why over time? Because the mortars are positioned behind a unit of trees, or a copse of trees, which means that the more direct fire, or sort of shallow arcing shots of the Eagle Claws will have a more difficult time actually hitting them. Anyway, the second of the Rotting Leviathans goes down at last. Yet another Tide Call hits our Lothern Sea Guard, though you'd think they'd be a little bit used to getting wet at this point. They are holding back the tide of zombos. And our Prince has arrived at half HP now from fighting the units of Depth Guard with twin axes to go after the zombie, or the Admiral. Depth Guard are now turned in such a way where we can start pincushioning them once more, as we have moved our other units of Lothern Sea Guard in such a way as to open up various different angles, and it looks like we pincushion them rather quick. The enemy Lord begins to melt, and rather than take any additional damage from the Lord or from friendly fire, we move the Prince away and allow the Admiral to fade. Alright, there we go. Solid work from Armandus. The army certainly took damages. Once again, it currently has pretty much mostly anvil and no hammer, but it's, well, it was built as such to be temporary until we get the proper forces that go along with the trait here. Anyway, we don't need to heal because we're going back now, so we will ransom those captives and get our lovely 20k for our trouble. Alright, campaign line of sight plus 15 ambush defense chance, nice, free 20k, and that potion of farsight as well, though I admittedly don't care that much for the latter. You will now start moving back to our island where you will recruit new stuff. Like so. Construction complete. Ooh, our first tier 5 colony. Beautiful. Alright, I was gonna send you to Dawn's Light, but I guess that's no longer needed. And now, I guess, oh wait, Zilberon, you're gonna go into this army with your mageliness, Mage of the Heavens, and we will, I guess, well, actually, I'll continue thinking about it. This army could also potentially use, well, I was gonna go beasts for the white lions, but I will continue considering it. Anyway, building time, real quick. Eastern colonies, yes to the tier 5 upgrade. More dragon ship supplies per turn, please. What do we have here? Okay, so we do want to build the pilgrimage grounds. It's never going to get cheaper, and we have space for one more building. This gives us dragon ship supplies per turn, and I guess we need to build these everywhere. Unfortunately, that means no other stuff. This one costs us elven trade. Is there anything that we would want to get rid of from this territory out of curiosity? Certainly not the Voyager's Harbor. The military structures we don't care about as much, simply because we can build most of them in non-colonies, as in other places. Minus 900 trade per turn, eh? But look at that beautiful income. But anyway, for now, obviously, this is the one. And we will need to unlock this. So, Naval Armory, eh? Colony category, Naval Armory. Just to take a look at where it is. Seaguard, Luminous Atrium... That's not it. Merchants Guild, Guild Hall, Naval Arc. It's the first one, Naval Armory. Oh, it gives us additional allegiance points. Can potentially use other High Elven armies for whatever purpose we have, so that's not a bad idea either. And yeah, we want to unlock this for the dragon ship supplies. As to whether we want to unlock it next, that does admittedly remain to be seen. Anyway, you're stuck where you are. You're still damaged, sir. Mathlann, let's upgrade you to tier 4. Beautiful. You have plenty of cash, if nothing else. And you guys are going to be in need of upgrades. You're going to need to get to the fancier defenses. You're going to need to be upgraded. Wait. What does this do again? Oh, cost of elven trade. I think we could use the trade more than anything else right now. I do note that the coastbound causeways do give us the dragon ship supplies per turn, but it has to be where we have an elven colony, so that doesn't apply here. This is not in the province capital. This is settlement income. That's not happening either. It's a decent amount of income for 30 trade, though. We might swap you out later to that. Alright, speaking of swapping stuff out, just to double check the defenses everywhere. It is annoying to have to swap to them rather than directly build them, I gotta say, but, well, what can you do? Alright, looks good to me, and other than Salendor, who can't move, we are good to end the turn and go to next turn, so next turn we shall go. Every turn bypassed is a turn closer to more buildings of various kinds that we want. Aislinn, what do you want now? You want us to join the war against Cult of Pleasure? I mean, sure, I guess. I don't see the problem. Oh, don't... Nakari's back. Tyrion, please, you have all these armies. He's not going to take it, is he? He's going to let Nakari rebuild. I'm almost certain that he will. Alright, well, we will, I guess, join the war against Morathi because of the principle of the thing. Actually, the peace between them shouldn't even be possible, but, you know. Well, maybe Morathi, but not the other Dark Elves. Well... yeah, just don't listen to me. They have a complex relationship. A ceasefire, maybe, not quite peace, but anyway. Alrighty, ally occupies settlement Aislinn, faction... Wait, which settlement is occupied? Okay, maybe he... No, he's not. Wait, he sacked Unicorn Gate because he doesn't want to wipe out the faction. Why does the AI play like this? It's infuriating. Alright, is there any... lord that we want to grab here? I do like this exemplar one. The chariot reductions could make you a solid chariot lord. This dashing one with the Illyrian Reavers and Silverhelms is nice as well. We already have the Ornithophile, which we will certainly put to use. The resistant ones are good too. It's kind of generic, but we have a sort of minor version of this available on Sea Mages, or Mist Mages rather. And it would be a good generic sort of lord type. Actually, I actually forget. What do Knights of Caledor destroy? Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Ah, man, now we're gonna have to go down there and revive them. Elves are incompetent. I have no way to prove it, but I feel like the devs purposely made it so that elves, when you're playing Aislinn, the other elves are weaker. Like, they all seem to be doing very poorly, you know what I mean? And everywhere at that. So it's suspicious. Granted, the AI is usually garbage, but I still find it suspicious. Anyway, we do want the additional dragon ship crew growth rate. You gotta build up your forces again to auto-resolve this stuff. I would like you to get Rahagra's Pride and the other... I Oh yeah, the Pure Main Company, okay. They're right beside Rahagra's Pride. For what we're doing here, I also would like a Lore Master. Oh, the one I wanted is gone. Okay, so we're just gonna have to wait until he comes back. There was one that significantly reduces the cost of white lines, but we were at 2 out of 2, so we couldn't build them. We could go through militia training now, in order to buff up Lothar and Seaguard even more. Oh, and this will reduce... Okay, this is Silver and Guard, but still useful. Ooh, range for all range units, including Seaguard. Let's go through this line. I mean, we need both of them, so... anything here would be useful. Allied recruitment unit capacity, great, but not needed right now. You know what? Let's get the Lord Recruit rank +2, because we are likely to be recruiting some, and it's not super expensive. Frankly, we could get any of these things that cost us money, so... Construction cost -10% for Sea Patrol outpost buildings. Maybe not a bad idea either. These things cost trade, and yeah, we could power up the ship's companies significantly more. Dragon ship supply cost reduction. Urban colony availability and come from post-battle. Just checking if there's anything really neat. And there's some neat stuff in here, which we will get, but yeah. Anyway, for now, you... keep building ships companies just to charge at the enemy, like so. And then we'll pick up a few more islands and watch him get hit by mutagenic energies again. I would absolutely not be surprised. You, take Torquarali now. Wait, can you... I was hoping that you could do it, but oh well. We'll have you do it then. Establish, no, not establish colony. Give you 2 of rest. Establish outpost. Good. Now, hopefully, they will build it up. And build it up before it, comes under attack by anybody else. This is a coastal settlement, and this is a coastal settlement as well. So we'll do this. And then we'll keep building up the defenses, as well as the envoys' guild halls. Oh. You guys have captured this? Yes, good for you. Repair, and then we will upgrade you, and then we will upgrade the Shrine of Cain next. Aislinn. What I would prefer to do is to go down to the sea lane here, and then go help some of the other armies recruit, maybe even hit Noctilus. However, I don't know whether these guys... Occupy this target, please. Who are actually willing to occupy it. You. Both of them have armies, there's no garrison here, and they're just sitting there and purposely not wiping them out. Alright, let's get a temporary lord. Just one of the ones that we're likely to be using. I do like the idea of chariots. I guess the question then is, do we want them to be with Seaguard or not? Okay, wait 1 second. Where is Salendor? You have a Master Wayfinder. I just want to see what kind of army compositions these guys lean towards, other than, the fact that they have Seaguard and stuff. This is kind of generic, but the armor bonus is quite useful on pretty much anybody. What is the armor on the chariots, out of curiosity? Like the base armor on chariots. I just need to... Okay. Just need to see here. We've got... Okay, not these chariots, the... Okay, I see Terranok chariots, but, well... I want to take a look at the White Lion chariots as well. Terranok chariots are the ranged chariots, and the White Lion chariots could probably go in the White Lion army anyway, so they would be getting the bonus armor regardless. Now, where are we here? Oh, you can build the White Lions themselves, but you can't build the chariots. For the love of... Oh, okay, fine, fair enough. Anyway, I'm going to... Oh... You know what? These guys are probably going to move towards Toranlek, which can't really defend itself, which means, Aislinn, you are unfortunately going to have to go here right now. I guess we're going to have to go that way anyway, so we don't need the temporary lord right now. So we'll wait. You, move this way. Shadow Aislinn, we're going to use you to recruit. Armandus, you are going to be recruiting as well, so get back to where you can do so. And... Oh, where are you going? Where's that tech thief? Alright, come on down, go steal some tech.
Lord of the Phoenix Court.
And you... just go to the other army for now. We shall see. If we need to or want to swap mages out, obviously we can just do so. Not a big deal. Alrighty, what do we have otherwise? Oh, what we need to do here is Cathika is now vacant, which buffs the range of the Lothar Sea Guard and increases Sea Elemental Noceanid capabilities, and guess who that is? That's Aislinn. Take patronage and we'll immediately upgrade it to max. Lovely. Oh, and it also gives him immunity to high seas, reef, and storm attrition, making the trait for Lokhir all that much more useful. Useless, rather. Salandor, you want to be here once we can take the patronage, because you're going to have these guys. And Afazel, wait, there was an eagle-y one, right? That was this one. You. Take patronage. Yes, go here. And upgrade it to max. We had the spare influence after all. Alright, looks good to me. Now, any buildings that need to be built in our colonies. Here, here. And again, I have to double check about upgrades because that's the way it plays. Anyway, building upgrade is fine. Damage building, we don't need to upgrade the gate, I take it. Damage buildings being repaired as we speak. Outpost available. And I think nothing else is required. Do we need any new heroes? We do have capacity once more. We do have a mage. With the eagles, it'll probably be a life mage just because, well, we need it. Oh, we also have 2 legendary mages available to us in theory. As in community canon legendary mages. We're going to have to keep an eye on these, though. Feyadian will be a life mage, so she's going to have to lead an army. And I would like something really nice for her. Protected isn't bad, because she's kind of fighty, generally speaking, from the last time we had her around. Avaricious is nice, and Organized is like an inferior version of the one we have. You know what, maybe we will get a temporary lord. Oh, next turn, after we get the... Yeah, okay, end turn. My bad. Memory of a goldfish. Alright, Mother Mustang, yeah, what you want? Military access. We don't have trade with you. I'm still kind of concerned about the fact that you have a former elven colony, but maybe we just let you hold on to it for now instead of wiping you out. I think it still counts if we get a defensive alliance with her, as in for the purposes of our defeat rate, for the purposes of our campaign objectives. Oh, actually, speaking of, as soon as this turn ends, I'm gonna do a quick check. I knew they were going here. I'm gonna do a quick check of those campaign objectives. I wonder which ones will be able to land and which ones will not. All right, first of all, what do we have here? Another Cracian Scout. I mean, you know what? Let's grab another Illyrian Horsemaster. Much as I like the Happy Populace, but we'll do this again because we are about to... Ooh, Ghost of Pawash wiped out. Seducers of Sanish wiped out. Quest complete. The Awakened wiped out. Man, lots of factions are getting wiped out all over. Aetain, War Coordination target lost, Seafarer, Court Advisors, and there it is, the Cathican Astrolabe. Now, the question is, will this work on a hero, or does it have to be on the Lord? It is rather nice. Or the Sea Guard, but I guess we'll find out, because obviously we have the Mask of the Mereworm here. So, these guys currently have 198 range. If we give this to the... I guess this Mist Mage, you have... Oh, you guys have the Feloriath's robes. You know what, let's give it to the Lord Master of Hoeth for now. Actually, you know what, I changed my mind. Let's give it to the Noble, because the Lord Master is likely going to get out of this army. Hold on to this. Oh, you have enchanted spyglasses? Wait. Whoa. This Mist Mage currently uses the Sapphire Guardian, which does a similar thing, but is an inferior version of the same thing, essentially. Huh. If we swap out Feloriath's robe with you, and then we could give this to somebody else. It's a decent option, especially since it's a bigger area. Alright, let's give this a try. Like this, and then... Okay, yeah. It's completed. There's the Cathican Astrolabe, there's the Illyrian Horsemaster. Do these guys... Nope, it looks like their range stays the same like this. Although, sometimes you have to actually move in order to take advantage of that. You are not able to reach Martin Wake here. I'm going to... This is at least walled, but... You can just reach it, eh? And probably land at that. What kind of regiments of renown do we have available to us here? Are any of these regiments of renown going to be in this army? I wish I knew what was in this particular army. You could land at the Shrine of Cain. How well defended is the place? Not well defended at all. Oh, I didn't repair you. My bad.
Sea Lord Aislinn.
In March stance, you could go to Tor Anlek. Alright, you know what? Let's do this. You go to Tor Anlek, you're gonna go to the Shrine of Cain. And we're just gonna hope that they both can't land at Shrine of Cain, which is a possibility, but, well, if it happens, it happens. And then I guess you're not going to go to Shrine of Cain, because if they both land there, we wouldn't be able to defend against it anyway. I'm so sick of those mutagenic energies. And just keep making that army useless. Anyway, what I would like to do here is build some eagles from Aislinn, which we cannot do while he's in march stance, unfortunately. But we can swap out of it by building one of these buildings. We will need this for the other army, but it'll actually need to move up here. I'm almost tempted to grab these sails just to give you movement speed right now, or range, so you can catch stuff better. It's not a waste, right? Let's build it. Alrighty, what about this stuff? We do want the sea elementals. We definitely want the ship's crew growth. There's a lot of stuff we want, but we have to prioritize, and I think the priority will be the... not Armandus, Salendor. Oh, actually, it'll be a bit before you can get your dragon ship, so you're actually free to build stuff. I'm gonna say this one. Keep moving to the Hall of the Everqueen. There's a bunch of armies that are hankering for units. This one we can forego. It's only +1 crew growth rate, considering we have 12, we're pretty okay. You know what, screw it, just build a Shrine of Mathlann as well. We do have now 200 dragon ship supplies per turn, which is pretty solid. Anyway, techs, we're getting the money techs right now, so let's go through outpost builders and through all this stuff in general, and then we'll go back to the other stuff. Armandus, I'm getting ready to land. Next turn, wherein you will build some Silverin Guard and some Shadow Warriors. No Sisters of Avalorn, but we can acquire them from Aislinn. Salendor, you have to now grab your Hagra's Pride and your Puremain Company, like so. And grab some islands real quick. Maybe level a couple of times. Oh, you know what? Wait, stop. I'm gonna put the mage in your army so that you can get the XP. Lose one of the ship's companies, because of course. Mage in. Grant me your sight. And then mage level, I guess Harmonic Convergence is the only option. Grab this real quick. It's going to be Castle Forged Steel with Ensorcelled Blades, which will help us out. We'll move on in and grab that Skull Island next. We wouldn't be able to easily take out the big boys, but hopefully the ship's company can distract the enemy long enough for us not to have to deal with them. Tech Thief. Goanoi Kairos. Out to sea. Watch this guy take this territory. Steel Tech. Success, okay. I was worried that they would immediately die, which would have been funny, and honestly expected, because it kind of happens a lot. But anyway, what do we have in terms of options here? Elven Colony Construction. Alright, we wanted the Naval Armory, didn't we? Alright, fine. We'll do the Naval Armory, which gives us a little bit of additional dragon ship supplies per turn. We have 600 remaining, meaning we could pop off one of these, and there's upkeep reduction, which is always nice to have. This gives us another dragon ship right now, but we could probably wait a little bit. This will allow our heroes and lords next turn, if we should get them another plus rank, which ain't too bad. Replenishment when exiting a sea line. It's too niche. I like it, but it's very niche right now, at least for our purposes. Just taking a look at what other things we have available. Gonna have to keep doing that until this is maxed out, basically. I'm gonna say do this, because XP is valuable, and because it gives us more growth rate from this, so yeah. Alright, looks good to me. All of our dedication has now been spent. Our buildings have... oh, not been built. Shut up. Alright, this is what we wanted to unlock. Yes, we'll spend the trade on this to get even more dragon ship supplies. And if I didn't do that... but I did do the other stuff, right? I did not. Oh, for the love of... okay. You need to be transferred. Or converted, whatever. You need to be built up. Like so, like... okay, this is... yeah, alright, like so. Like so. And this is a coastal territory, but that's fine. No other places need to be converted or built? Okay. How are we doing for the patrons of the realms? So you three are there. Salendor, you're supposed to go here. Right? Yes, alright, so go here, take patronage. We're on like one side of the island right now. And use the influence for that. What do we have at Nagaroth? Favor of the Shadow King powers up Spearmen? Not Shadow Warriors, Spearmen. Okay, sure. Weird, but okay. You obviously power up, oh, basically all archers, but also Vanguard deployment for Sisters of Avalorn. Oh, I like that. I like that because it will sort of go for a different type of army, maybe. We can combine that with other Vanguard deploying units. You have bonus versus infantry plus 20 for Illyrian Reavers, perfect vigor for Silver Helms, eh? I did see a Lord with the... Okay, well... Was the second Lord the Illyrian Reaver Lord? Wait a moment. Dashing. Yeah, 30... Okay, if we still have you next turn, maybe we'll get you. And start you patronaging it up. That made sense. Alrighty, anyway. Nothing to do otherwise, and I guess we will end the turn and see what these guys do. I'm gonna be very sad if they take the Shrine of Cain. We have to continue rebuilding it, but anyway, let's end the turn. And let's find out. On the bright side, with the fact that we're now generating 200 dragon ship supplies per turn, we should be able to get Aislinn's dragon ship supplies really up there. Oh, also, I guess as soon as this turn ends, we'll figure out if we get another quest choice. Military access. No. Why didn't I do that? Yeah, they do fine. God damn it. Alrighty. It is what it is. We'll hunt down Silostra next. She's not going to occupy it because the AI, again, as usual, plays to try to annoy the player as much as possible. At least we only wasted 3 turns in building it. Chevalier de Lyonesse destroyed by who? Oh, wow, Arcan's doing good. Okay, we're gonna have to go down there and kill him, most likely. Favor of the Phoenix King, -10. Though you fought in defense, defeat stirs in the Phoenix King court to scorn. For every fallen Asur is a tragedy, and every span of lost elven soil is tantamount to tragedy. Dude, shut up! You lost half the donut before we came in and fixed it. That's the jerk-face elves for you. That's absolutely what I expect from them. Anyway, Aislinn. You can go after Silostra. Ooh, you won't have a lot of movement range anyway, so you wouldn't be able to reach Martin Wake. But we can't go into the other stance anyway, so I guess she's gonna run too. Maybe we can still find her with F as well. Alright, let's give it a try. Go. Her army's kind of garbage. Wow, that's a lot of cannons. I just got more armies sailing down here. We had to go up there to revive Mr. I'm gonna go down here. To revive Mr. Nagaryth, and oh, you are still able to reach this. Probably not worth fighting. Alright, you go back into the Shrine of Cain, or go there and leech the XP. I don't remember what Silostra's defeat rate is because it's been about 8 million years, but since her army's kind of trash, we're just gonna auto-resolve it. Yeah, some of the garrison will die, but, you know, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Hopefully you rebuild something a little bit better. We'll take the money again. And see what the defeat rate is. It is... Miscast base chance -10%. I take it it's not for the army, but for the Lord, which makes it useless to either one of you. Although the one's magic power reserve rate is fine. And, oh, right, that regains you some movement, which is good, because you can go after Martin Wake, who is going to retreat this way slightly. And you can still reach him, maybe?
Hero of the Asur.
You go here.
Yes. Problems to solve.
Enemy hero success chance, all that, and... I just have to rebuild the frickin' shrine now. Alright, well, we're just going to destroy them to make sure that they can't do that again. And yeah, no new mission. I guess you only get one of those. Oh, also, since we've moved and time has gone by, they are up to 214. So it does work when you put it on heroes. Oh, okay, well that's wonderful. I guess we're gonna keep that on you because that magical spyglass will keep everybody firing magical damage. We thus don't really need the Sapphire Guardian Phoenix, although admittedly it is still spell resistance. I will consider it. Anyway, go for this. Decisive victory, low casualties. Again, it's a huge pile of artillery though. I'm almost interested in playing it just because of that. So let's play it.
The Sea Patrol shall give no quarter to villains and malefactors.
Alrighty, here we go. We summon a Mereworm now, and yeah, you know what? The Select One Eye is blue, has the blue color scheme, whereas it looks very similar. In fact, it fits perfectly with the color scheme of the rest of our forces, whereas you can't say the same for the regular summoned Mereworms. So, yeah, I think we're gonna keep Select in this army. Alright, well, we're gonna start the battle off by pincushioning the enemy artillery on one side of the map, and then charging the enemy artillery on the other. The ship's company move forward together with the Oceanids in a nice blob. We're at 62-53 melee attack and defense on these guys in this particular army. And I know that there's a noble that can buff them up as well, with a +5/+5 melee attack and defense, so we are probably going to try to acquire one or two for an army based around them and other swords units. Again, very much enjoying the animations from Silak and, well, the Mereworms in general, though the first summoned Mereworm disappeared due to being a summoned unit rather quickly. The enemy lord has nearly been defeated by Aislinn. And, in fact, no, nearly about it, the enemy lord gets torn to shreds. There is a, some kind of hero headed towards the rest of our units, but the Mist Mage intercepted it with its, with the Lokhir Skycutter, and it looks like with that, the enemy army melts away, and the battle is ours. I did like the fact that it was on a beach, and a lovely little visible battle where we can see everything that's going on. Oh, it's a shame that the disappearing summoned unit just dies. I feel like it should just disappear rather than just die. You summon one from the deeps only for it to come up for a minute and then randomly die? Weird. Anyway, all good. We'll obviously get some of these in an army, some other army, though. Alright, there we go. Super quick little fight, probably. Well, I mean, next time a fight of this caliber will just auto-resolve, because they stood no chance here for obvious reasons, just as Silostra didn't, but hopefully we meet her again with, like, a high-level garrison or something, assuming that there is one. Cloak of Beards, Banner of Swiftness, still nice. Enemy killed in battle, enemy killed in battle. We got a new tech available as well. Spy Networks gives us... all regions controlled with trade agreements give visibility, and it doesn't really do that much for us, I'm thinking. This is also not the most useful right now, at least global recruitment we haven't been using all that much as of yet, though considering the amount of money we generate, we can probably make good use of it to not have to do anything else. Anyway. To not have to move around is what I was trying to get at before I get confused with reading stuff at the same time. Anyway, let's go for militia training now, or actually seasoned militia. Keep upgrading everybody up, as we do. Buffs for Oceanids and Sea Elementals. That'll be nice as well. Anyway, these guys are now out here, and Aislinn, I guess I would like you to set sail. Assuming we don't need to build anything in this territory, which we do not. Alright, yes, set sail. And I believe you should be able to go after Isabella Halfmast. You can also go into Dragon Ship Expansion. You can sit here for a turn. And now, from Aislinn, you can recruit some Eagles. We'll start with 4. Oh, you can recruit Sea Elementals in one turn now?
Master of Mists.
Yeah, we'll have to move somebody out of it. Well, we can give the Lore Master, I was about to say, to this army, but... well, maybe this army. Somebody to command the ground forces of the Silverin Guard below. It does kind of make sense. This would take 2 turns. I was just taking a look at the global recruitment. Oh, we can global recruit Eagles with 1 turn, eh? That's interesting. But good. Anyway, you get Eagles for cheaper, and now that we have that thing, we should be able to get, not the Exemplar, but the Dashing one, for cheap Illyrian Reavers and Silver Helms. And weapon strengths as well. And I guess we'll have to keep you here for a bit. Yeah, alright, let's get you here. Like so, our money, our income drops significantly immediately, but that should hardly be of any surprise. Alrighty, what do we have otherwise? Building. We will start with you. It's also probably time to get a new colony up and running, so we have a presence here. Where is the next and nearest... okay, well, after we have revived Naggareth, where is the next and nearest colony? Alright, so victory conditions. We need... oh, all we have to do is unlock a 3rd dragon ship? Oh, and also occupy and stuff, but that should be pretty quick. In fact, we should have the next one up and running next episode. I would like to see where the other... Okay, so Grantimengol is far. You're quite far. We will be doing stuff on the Lustrian coast, but not right now. Great Turtle Isle is one. Right, cooldown reductions. That's not bad. Yeah, Arnheim was the one that I was considering, but I think we can leave that one alone for now. And then win the following battle, the Lost Cache. Alright, well, we'll get to that later. Now, outposts. Assuming that these are fine, let's take a look at the others. So no conversions, yes conversions. Every time. And I'll try to remember that we still have to do the conversions here in Cathik as well, but at least these garrisons are a lot better than they were before, so maybe you can actually hold on to them once these are up and running. Maybe. I don't like the corruption here. I'm just gonna hope that Ivres can handle it. Yeah, Ivres seems to be holding a lot of the sort of outer portion of the donut now. Interesting. And influence. Do we want to maybe take another patronage? So this is all fine. Hopefully these guys don't steal our patronage. Oh, it's going to be annoying to remember who is supposed to go where. But I guess once you confederate them, we can confederate Ivres now. What actually happens if you confederate? I don't know. As in, do we take all this territory as non-colonies? You know what, I think we'll find out next turn. I just want to allow Tori Vrest to upgrade to tier 5 just in case. I mean, we're not supposed to hold maybe we just get their lords? I mean, we should be finding out pretty quick. Anyway, in fact, ending the turn will be happening shortly. So Armandus, you are returning now to Zlatlan right there, wherein you will begin recruiting some some Shadow Warriors and some Silverin Guard.
Ready to serve.
Alright, so start with 3. Okay, 2 Silverin Guard, and anyway, to bump up the recruitment capabilities here? No. Alright, well, we can rely on dragon ships for most of that recruitment. The Skull Island fight we should actually fight next time, so let's actually grab the Sea Corps. No. Grab the Sea Corps first. I wanna, do a cinematic fight for that one, so I wanna save it for next episode. This one we can auto-resolve though. And you're actually going to need 2 turns to heal now. The love of... Okay, well, take the money and the influence and get some of it back so that we can keep influencing the island. Blade of Darting Steel, not bad, a considerable amount of melee attack. And then your healing here is kind of Are you able to? Not yet. Not yet. Alright, fine. Actually, speaking of, we do have 299 dragon ship supplies, so we could upgrade this further, get access to Sisters of Avalorn and Handmaidens, or more dragon ship crew growth rate, or... Okay, we don't need these guys right now. Oh. Going all the way through the Oathsworn Sanctum, however, will give us Phoenix Guard, which means Caradrian. You know, maybe we should just move towards unlocking him as fast as possible, even if we don't actually want the Phoenix Guard right now, because they're stupidly expensive. But we could start an army with them and do that, I guess. Slightly annoying, though it may be. Still kind of tempted by the Handmaidens, though. Most of our armies that have a lot of range will need at least one as well. Should at least unlock the capability of getting them up and running. Yeah, no, fine. Alrighty, and I believe we're good to end the turn, other than Tech Thief, who will... What's the chances of Steelies here? 70%, it's not bad. Better not die. What's the chances here? 90%. You have 2 turns, eh? Well, you go here and then you can succeed at Volol tracks. And then maybe we can bounce between these 2. In theory, we would want to bounce between 2 different provinces, so maybe here in Occam's Forever Maze? We shall see. Anyway, for now, skip, end turn. And then we'll see, assuming that we don't lose that patronage, I want to see how Confederation works here. Because I genuinely have no clue. Followers of Nagash, you can declare war on us? No, you actually love us. Good for you. No alliance with you, though, because that would make all of our actual friends angry. Also, I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence about confederating with Aislinn's faction at all. It just feels like, I don't know, maybe that's not his thing. A Rite of Awakening performed, faction destroyed Court of Libaras, new regional power Reichland, very nice. A brutal business, oh, it's going to help the weaker factions quite a bit, at least with those with piles of trash mobs. Anyway, what I want to take a look at is Sir Dominate, no, this, okay, so... Fulfill all requirements, does say, okay, Sea Lord Aislinn's faction doesn't gain any territories when confederating. Instead, the confederated faction's territories are granted the High Elf faction United Maritime Patrol. Aislinn will retain all sea patrol outposts built in those territories. Oh, okay, so the not getting the territory is as expected, but I just had a realization. If we do this, do we lose the... not this. Do we lose this? Consult leaders. Do we lose the ability to do that? And on top of that, even if we don't, we have never given Eltharion all of this. And I assume that if you don't, you can't give him more territory because his faction ceases to exist. So either you cannot confer with him anymore, or huh. I honestly don't know how that'll work. You know what? Maybe we'll want to wait until we give them that to confederate. Though, admittedly, Himric might be a decent option since his faction is dead anyway. I'll think about it. You know what? Yeah, I think we're going to have to forego it, though if anybody has any opinion on the matter, I would like to hear it as well. Anyway, with that, I think this is probably going to be a good place to call the episode here. Next time, we will proceed to annoy all of these guys and make sure that we revive Nagaroth so that... I guess we want to revive them first before taking this, don't we? I mean, I suppose we could give somebody else this territory, but then, yeah, see, I don't want the Teclis situation to happen where they sail over there, just like Teclis sailed over here, so I feel like if we take territory here, it should all be Nagarithan. Anyway, we'll figure that out next time, as well as get our armies built up and doing stuff in different locations as well. We still have to unlock all 5 dragon ships in order to get more information about the Dark Elf invasion and head into that quest battle that presumably is the victory condition for Mr. Aislinn. I'm now considering that maybe I jumped the gun on this as well. Maybe we should do an army that is Phoenix Guard heavy and to get Caradrian on the field. Although I suppose we could always pop the Phoenix Guard into this army temporarily and then, you know, send them out elsewhere. Anyway, we'll figure that out as we go next time. So, okay, let's rebuild the frickin' Banded Shrine of Cain here. We'll figure that out next time, so stay tuned for more Aislinn. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.